Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Offseason podcast. My name's Hunter, joined as always by Brodie and Trevor, keeping you entertained all disc golf offseason long. We what is it, like 3 weeks left of this show?
A little more.
3 or 4?
Something like that.
You gotta enjoy it while it
Probably
lasts.
4 weeks, yeah.
You gotta enjoy it while it lasts. We're almost to the end of this first season of the Offseason podcast. Got a fun show coming up today. Obviously, we're gonna have the Guess That Rating game back yet again. Keep sending those in. You can send your picture and a link to your PGA profile, Hunter, to hunter@foundationdiscs.com. Absolutely love getting to do that. But before we get into the first story, I want to take a moment to thank the sponsor of today's episode.
Are you tired of constantly receiving spam phone calls to the point where you don't even bother answering your phone anymore? I know I have this issue. My phone is constantly blowing up. It'll say unknown number. Who is that? I don't know. You keep blocking them. It doesn't matter. They always pop up. Well, data brokers are actually making a fortune selling your information to robocallers, spammers, and others who want to learn more about you, like where you live. Well, today's sponsor, Aura, can identify brokers exposing your info and submit opt-out requests on your behalf. Brokers are legally required to remove your info if you ask them to, but they make it super hard to do. Let Aura handle it for you. Aura also does so much more to protect you and your family from online threats that you can't see. It's really easy to set up, so you don't have to download several different apps to get things like parental controls, antivirus, VPN, password management, identity theft insurance, and more. You get everything at one affordable price. Let Aura do the hard work of keeping you safe online so you can focus on other tasks with peace of mind. You can either let people continue to exploit and profit off your private information, or you can go to aura.com/foundationdiscgolf to start your 2-week trial, also linked down in the description. Thanks again to Aura for sponsoring this video. Let's hop back into it.
All right, we're going to kick it off with a story here from Pete Collins. This is a fun story. So Pete said he started playing 30 years ago in 1994 after finding 2 Discraft Eclipses at Tuscaloosa Park in Daytona Beach during a summer college ministry event. Back in my hometown of Augusta, Georgia, I moved in with my sister, who's having a tough go of things, and when I looked outside, there's a disc golf basket right there. Turns out one of the top local pros, Daniel Marcus, lived next door, and he invited me to play on the only course in town, Pendleton King Park. He threw a disc farther than I thought was humanly possible. He was such a great teacher, encourager, and friend. Too bad he was so old. Sorry, Dan, couldn't resist. He convinced me to enter my first tournament 5 weeks later. His brother, John Marcus, took pity on me and gave me my first mid-range at DX Rock. Side note, John's been giving discs to new players for over 30 years. He's one of the best ambassadors of sport. Thanks for all you do, John. A little ad read for John there.
Let's go, John.
I was hooked. Daniel and I ended up playing a lot of golf together, mornings before work, a long lunch, and then one more round before dark. I was in heaven. The 1.5 years I spent in Augusta playing disc golf with Dan, John, Brian, Chuck, David, Paul, JJ, and the rest of that ragtag crew before I moved overseas was a unique golden time that I always look back on with special nostalgia and joy, but one special round of golf will always stick with me. Daniel, my AM doubles partner, Paul, and myself were playing around at the fairly new Riverview Park in North Augusta. We all started out playing pretty well, and things were close going into hole 8, which is a long par 3. I'm driving with my longest disc, the new Innova Cheetah, and having to give it the beans. The disc goes just by the basket, runs out of steam, and falls right back into the cage without ever hitting chains. It's one of my longest aces, and I am beside myself. Dan and Paul congratulate me, telling me I just made a quick $10. I think this was the first time someone ever explained the buck for metal, 5 for ace unspoken rule. So I stepped up to the next hole, which was kind of a weird downhill across the road shot. I'm laughing and having so much fun, I grab my driver and throw a tomahawk as a goof. Perfect flight, right into the basket for back-to-back aces.
Wow.
Dan, who's an encyclopedia of all things disc golf, tells me, you're only the 3rd person ever to do that. I don't know if it's true, but I still claim it to this day. If you know anything different, please don't tell me. I'm okay living in a lie. So I'm sitting on the 9th hole, 9 under, and the guys start talking about a perfect round. I can feel it. This is going to be the greatest day of disc golf. Next time I see Climo, I'm going to put him on notice at a new goats in town. With visions of glory, I step up to the next tee, a hole that I park almost every time. Have you ever had your body just lock up when you try to throw? You lose the ability to make your limbs work correctly? Well, I proceeded to fall apart. Lost the round, barely stayed under par. I was the GOAT, all right. The thing that made my day so memorable, and some of my Augusta folks will appreciate this, is that I made $20 off of Dan and Paul. Now, while I won't call them cheap, I should have framed that money to show my kids that miracles do happen. I wish everyone could experience disc golf in the 90s with this group of guys, but then you'd all be old as crap like me. Strive to make memories, not just better ratings.
Back-to-back aces, man, in like a legitimate fashion, like on a course that isn't a par 3 course, probably, yeah, almost never happens.
Yeah.
Back-to-back.
Well, he was the third to ever do it.
According to some, yeah,
Well,
I love
don't
that.
tell him anything else.
I love that those, but I mean, here's the thing: it has to be incredibly rare. Like I said, it's one thing if you were playing a par 3 course, and even that would be really rare. But yeah, I love that his buddies just threw that out right away. Like, you're the third guy. What does that even mean? How do you know? Also, what is this money thing? I've never got paid out for my aces.
I've heard of it, but I've like never.
Well, the golf thing is the golf rule, unspoken rule is if you get an ace, you yourself buy everybody around you drinks. Like that's like the golf thing.
I witnessed that at the beach this past Thanksgiving. A dude had hit a hole-in-one, and we went in to grab lunch at the turn, and we went to the clubhouse, and the dude is drunk out of his mind. And he was like telling us, he's like, "You're about to play hole 10? You're about to make the turn?" We're like, "Yeah." He goes, "Oh, hole 10's easy. Just got a hole-in-one on it about an hour ago." And then all his buddies like are also like slurring speech and like high-fiving him. And like we walk up to the bartender to order a sandwich, and she was like, "Yeah, as you can tell, they've been how would you say politely celebrating the ace for the last few hours." So I was like, "Goodness." They're having a great time.
So disc golf, they say it's $1 for medal and
$1 if you hit medal,
for
$5 if you hit
ace.
the ace.
How do
It's
you
an unspoken rule.
for him hitting metal? That's ridiculous. We can't be paying out for hitting metal.
That's just $1.
But also, next time I ace, I'm gonna expect a payout.
I'll give you $5 next time you ace. Normally, you're like, if I ace this, you owe me a brand new car.
Yeah,
so I can live with the $5.
I think we'll bring it.
I think it's a new foundation rule. I'm fine with. Let's do it this way.
Okay.
The metal hit, instead of it being $1, I think it'd be more fun if it was like it built up towards snacks or something.
The metal hit's kind of ridiculous.
It's still electric.
It's one thing. Well, here's the thing about the metal hit, though.
We'll say cage. We'll say cage and higher.
Cage and higher. Yeah, I was gonna say because if you hit the pole,
doesn't count.
Yeah, poles doesn't count.
Cage and higher metal hit is a gas station snack on the way back to the office.
I mean, these days that could be more than $5.
What's that?
Yeah, it's got to be under $3. So like a candy bar or something.
Okay.
An under $3 gas station snack or drink on the way back to the office for a metal hit, and then $5 for an ace.
Okay.
What's that hole that Connor's never aced before?
Hole 3,
Hole
Peaks
3,
View.
Peaks View.
Hole 3, Peaks View. We should do something where we get we get like one of the local car companies to drive out a car and post it up there, and Connor has all day to try to ace, and if he does, he wins the car.
Well, they just
He'd
replaced
totally
the basket. I think he would get it easy now.
You did. He definitely. If you give him all day again, he would definitely get it.
We said that last time.
Last time did he have a chain out last time?
Yeah, he had one.
Yeah.
One or two. I don't know.
I just remember I stepped up with
But did he have a car on the line?
He did not have a car on the line. That's true.
That's different.
I can't even tell you, like, if there was a car behind that and I had a time limit, I would be sprinting so fast to get those discs. Like, I would be going for volume. I'm just chucking it down there. One of them has to hit something. It'd be electrifying.
That would be fun. We need more cars on the line.
We need more.
Sport. That's what's
I'm
missing.
saying, dude, disc golf. There is something so beautiful. I don't even know that golf does it as much as they used to.
Go like golf carts, maybe, not cars.
Yeah, it's so. There's such iconic clips
or
of
bicycle.
Of like,
I
think it was Rich Beam that hit a hole in one once and like jumped up on the hood of the car that he won. Like, it's great because like a lot of the golfers on the tour, like, yeah, they don't need a new car, but some of them, like, it's a lot more to some than others, and they get all excited and they'll hop in the car. And here's the thing. The insurance policies on those are not that crazy, like to the point where like local courses can even do it. Now, disc golf, it would be a lot more expensive because the disc golf ace is
I was gonna say
quite a bit more likely.
Hole 3, the problem with that is it's like
no, that you'd be paying for the entire car. Yeah, you'd be paying for the entire car. Yeah, it's almost a guarantee.
Especially if the live stream got out of all three of us acing it in like an hour and a half or whatever.
We'd have to show the previous one.
Depends on who it is.
We'd have to show the previous stream.
We just have to show them the aftermath of the 9-hour stream. That's the only time this hole's ever been attempted to be aced.
Whenever I hear about people getting 2 aces in the same day, I just think back to the patch that I still have to this day.
Double ace patch.
The double ace patch that I got in
It's
Texas.
a great patch.
And
We haven't been able to use it.
I literally still have mine sitting around, and like the day that happens, if ever, I'm gonna be so excited to put that patch on my bag. I can't wait. But it might
You just
never
gotta
happen.
have that course that if you play it all day, you're gonna get an ace.
Yeah, maybe-
So that
I
way,
think
whenever you do get an ace, you just drive straight to that course and you play it the rest of the day.
Yeah,
We got to take more advantage of patches in this sport.
Oh, hit him with it.
Like we should like I was just looking down.
What?
I've got my bag, right?
Okay.
I have patches all over my bag.
I have my like memories of the races I've ran on.
Okay.
There we go. On my like running bag.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. Why is that not a thing in disc golf?
Well,
Like
it kinda
why don't
is.
we have like why aren't we as Foundation selling a like first ace patch, or
We
like
should.
or
Good idea.
like I just beat my buddies like number one. You know what I'm saying? Where like the double
Well,
ace
disc golf
patch
is-
is so electric because then you have a story behind your patch. So like
Disc
if
golf
you
is
ever
really
get a
into the
second ace.
tags.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, like just sell them as like the company I bought this bag from just sells it so like when you run a race you can buy the patch, put it on your bag, and then you like have a story behind it, and so like it becomes sentimental of like every race you run you can like have your bag tell the story. We need that in disc golf. Like every
Yeah.
ace, like first eagle patch. Why not?
It's like Boy Scouts getting like
No
the
one take that
achievements.
idea. We need to do that.
Getting the achievement
Boy
patches.
Scouts, yes.
It is
Yeah,
becoming
achievement patches.
it does become more feasible as like more and more companies always have Velcro on the bag.
Yeah.
Like it's
That's a very
common.
common thing. The
Yeah.
Velcro on the bag now.
Maybe
So,
I honestly with this double ace thing, I think one day I just need to decide that that's my goal, and I just play Peaks View over and over and
but
over
was
again.
the rule was like you couldn't go out and like try to ace hole 3 for hours
No,
and then walk
it's
over
gotta
to the
be
next
legit.
hole.
You have to play a full round.
Yeah, you got to play
Yeah.
the round. Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
which like at Peaks View, I feel like if I played Peaks View all day from sun up to sundown, I'm getting at least 1 ace, 2, I don't know.
But does it have to be in the same round?
No, same
No,
day.
so just in the
Same
same
day.
day.
Right.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, I
Video
might not
idea.
I might not make an ace the whole day though. Like
But
it,
You definitely
would you
might
count the
not.
tiki course, Trevor? If you went to the tiki course and played,
I
it all
would
day.
say no because it's a 9-hole and that's just a little give. I wouldn't want to put the patch on the bag on the tiki
Yeah,
course.
I think it would
wouldn't wanna do
technically
it.
count, but I wouldn't put the.
I feel like the tiki course is pretty close to dashes.
That's
Pretty
true,
close.
No,
but it's
Dashes
only
is-
9 holes, and dashes
Yeah.
is definitely a little.
Dashes
little
is
longer.
definitely further. Yeah, there's too many jump putt holes at the tiki course.
That is true.
Maybe we just like make a mini documentary around Trevor's quest for the double ace this year.
I think we should both go for it. I
I don't think I have mine anymore unless you have it.
Oh, okay. Well, I have mine.
I don't know if
for
I
sure.
I don't have the patch, so I don't know if
All
he
right.
only gave us one patch
Whenever it warms up, maybe we'll do a sun up to sun down. Like make it a long form double ace.
Shout
the movie.
shout out to Bear
Bear.
and Easy 3 though. That's
Yeah.
the double ace patch here.
Double
I
ace
think
the movie.
we would film it like a documentary, like talking head styles.
Yeah,
Make it
that'd be
intense.
fun. That'd
Make
be
it time.
exciting.
All right, well, before we get into the Guess That Ratings game, I want to take a quick moment to remind you that during the month of January, you can head over to foundationdiscs.com and have Foundation Care included on each and every purchase you make. So if there's a new disc you want to try out, or you've always heard us talking and hyping up a disc, and you're like, man, I love my Vulture. I don't know if I would like a Thunderbird, but I really want to try it. This is the time to do so because Foundation Care is included. So you can buy that Thunderbird, take it out to the course, try it, use it, abuse it for 30 days. And if you decide, nope, don't really like it, should have stuck with the Vulture, you just send us an email. We'll send you a shipping label. You send the Thunderbird back to us, and we'll get you a brand new Vulture in your hand or whatever disc. It works with whatever you want to do with that. So you have 30 days to try and use the whatever disc you just bought. And if it's not for you, it's not working, you can exchange it for anything else. So that's typically a $2 additional fee on there, but for the month of January, it's included with each and every purchase. So take advantage of that. You got 8 days as of recording to this, as of listening to it. You got 6 days left in the month. So time's a ticking, but a lot of new discs out there for you to try. So head over to foundationdisc.com and take advantage of the Foundation Care program. Let's get into the guess the rating. Same rules as normal. You're going to guess the division first. If you get the division right, it'll divide your ratings gap by 2. Closest, fewest points after the end wins. You get 1 point per rating point that you are off. Brodie won last week. Every other week, I believe Trevor's won. So, Brodie, you can decide. Do you want to go first or second?
I'll
in
go
this first
first.
round? Brodie going first. All right, side guy, get this first picture up.
Oh, wait a
Here we
second.
go.
Interesting shirt here.
Yeah, full screen.
Interesting shirt here. He's rocking the. Is that the goatee? Is that what
For
that
a second,
is?
I thought that was Chris from discgolf.law.
I thought you were like saying, wait a second, like I'd used this one before. I was like, I swear I hadn't used this before.
Lone
Okay.
Star disc on the shirt there.
Is that a goat? Is that considered a goatee?
No,
What
he's
is that
got-
considered?
he's got facial hair up
in the
he's-
picture on his PDGA profile, he does have a full face of hair.
He's got full facial hair. Here, he
so-
just grew out the goatee
Well,
a little
my-
I think
more.
the
I don't-
goatee is just a little thicker.
I don't have all the Maybe I shouldn't go full screen. Is that too aggressive? I think maybe that's too many pixels. Okay, that's better.
I'm kind of digging the polo, honestly.
Okay.
All right, what is his division?
Throwing a forehand.
Team Lone Star
so he's a
can mean absolutely.
potential
Here's the thing,
multiple.
He's not only
pro.
Team Lone Star though, but he went as far as to get it printed on a polo.
I mean, here's the thing.
He plays, he plays.
If you're Team Lone Star, it's an obvious MA3 situation.
Here's what I want to point out to you though, and something you're probably missing with that guess. That's your guess.
I mean, yeah.
Let's take a look at the definition in his calves. Okay, we're gonna want to take a look at that back leg, and you see the way that calf is poking out. This guy plays disc golf more than MA3 level.
Not true though. Some people just have way better calf definition than others.
No,
He could be a runner.
No, he's not.
Yes.
He's not a runner. He's not a runner. He doesn't
How
have
do
the
you know
build of
that?
a runner. He plays disc golf, and he plays a lot. And he looks pretty skillful. I'm going to say this guy, and here's the thing, he could be MA40. That's what makes this tough. I'm going to say he is MA40.
MA40.
MP40. Oh, MA40.
For the first time in the history of this game, I'm going to give Brodie. Well, I'm gonna give Brodie a half division.
Thank you.
Because the guy, his technical division would be
Always doing
MA
anything we
50.
can do to give Brody
So
points.
no, Brodie's
anything
gonna
we can
be
do to give Brody points.
instead of it cut in half, it's gonna be cut in a fourth.
Okay.
His guess because
Love
that.
he
What?
he mainly plays MA50, but age protected is obviously a little tough.
Yep.
He plays out of MA50 into MA3
Yeah.
on occasion though. So his
Yeah.
MA3
So
would
basically,
be
my
his,
guess was closer, but let's give Brody a
your
little
guess
bit
was
of a
not
point.
closer. No.
It definitely was because MA50 is closer to
If
MA40.
you're gonna put him into a
then
typical-
MA50 is to MA3.
He's older than you thought he was.
If you're gonna put him into
Ridiculous.
a typical format, MA3 is where he would go if you're going 1, 2.
That
and
was
3.
that
So-
was the
ridiculous.
easiest one that we've ever gotten.
Okay. Well, let me give you some more.
That was an
stats.
absolute layup.
That
Let
is
me give you some more
ridiculous.
stats here. First off, he takes advantage of the PDGA's nickname ability in
Oh yes.
title.
Yes. What
We
is
have
his
Big
nickname?
dog.
Gary Attaboy Attaway. He is based out of Texas. He's been a member
Yes.
since 2007, but he played in 2007, 2008, and then did not play another
He dipped
tournament
out.
until 2023. So he
Oh,
played
wow.
in 2023 as well. Like I said, typically plays in the MA50, but has popped down to MA3. Let me actually look back at 2008 and see what he was playing back then, just in case that gives you. So in 2008, he was playing in MA2. That seems to be the highest he made. It was MA2 in 2007,
Yeah, I
2008.
think this guy's back on the climb, slowly working up the ranks. And I'm gonna say 872.
872 for Brodie. Trevor?
Yeah, you're probably not far off with that one. I'm gonna
Never
say.
never is.
Oh man, I feel like he could be a touch. He could be a touch higher than that, but yeah, man, you're probably right around it. I'm gonna say. What'd you say? 872.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 864.
All right. So after round one, pretty close here. Brodie, obviously, remember, 25% comes off of his guess.
Obviously.
Brodie ends up being 44 points away. Trevor ends up being 51 points away.
Oh, so it's a
Attaboy
monster.
Attaway is 813 rated.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh!
Oh, the opposite of a monster.
813 was the correct answer there. So
Ooh,
within 7
opposite
points of
of
each
a
other, though.
monster.
Within
Okay.
7 points of each other. Stay
All right.
close.
All
and
right.
to be fair,
I got
it probably would have
catfished.
just flipped the other way had it not been 25%. So,
I got
All's
catfished
fair
by
in
his
love and
calf
war.
muscles.
all right, Saiga, let's bring up the next picture.
Gosh dang, that was bad for us there. Oh,
Here we go.
This is tough.
This is
Trevor's guess first here.
This is like
Okay.
giving me absolutely nothing.
This is tough. Discraft. Well, there's always something, Brodie. Okay.
Not much.
Discraft grip bag. Looking like he's got Lunas in the top pocket. This is a fanboy. You don't buy.
How do you know that's not a roach?
Just intuition.
Okay.
Here's the thing. Discraft fanboy. He's got it written all over him. I'm looking at the disc flying through the air, and I'm looking at the distance he's throwing it from, and I'm detecting detecting that is not a zone. It looks like a driver. And if we're throwing a driver from that distance, we can only be so good.
The only thing I was thinking is, because I was thinking the same thing.
Motion blur does some crazy things to a disc, though.
I was like, you're like 100 feet away. Why are you throwing a driver? But
There's chance it's not a driver.
No, it's 100% a driver.
I don't know. I wouldn't bet. I wouldn't bet my life on it.
That thing is so flat. But the question I have is sometimes when you have these different views,
that could be
make
further.
A basket. That basket could.
I would say that basket could be
so
200
huge.
feet away.
No, it's so big. Look how big that basket is compared to him.
Perspective is hairy for sure.
I mean,
he's got a nice bag set up. Like he's invested in the game. I want to say this guy, or this is Brodie. No, this is my guess.
You guess first, Trevor. You guess
I'm going to
first.
say this guy plays MA2. I think he's made it to MA2.
I'm going to say the same.
Both going with MA2, and they are both incorrect. This is an MA1
Dang it,
player.
I almost said it.
Here, okay, we don't have a ton to go on here, so I'm going to give you what I got. We got Brady Detterding. He has only ever played one event, so that does make the division. The division could be nothing. I'm going to just tell you that because he just signed up for one event. He did come in third place at that MA1 event.
How many people?
I am pulling that up now because that's a fantastic question. He came in third out of six. Third out of six people. He lost by 12 strokes.
Where is he from?
MA1 event in Greensburg, Kansas. The only other hint I will give you is his profile picture on the PDGA is him at a baseball practice.
Athlete. Okay. He jumped into the sport. It didn't take him long to get decent at it. I'm going to say
he's a forehand guy.
926.
All right, Brodie.
908.
That's got to be low, surely.
Well, for the first time ever, I think we have a spot-on guess.
He guessed
Brodie
it on the
Smith
dot.
with 0 on there. 908 was the right answer.
Crazy.
Wow, on the dot. That's I mean,
my gosh.
Wow. I had to triple check my brain right there for a second. Trevor was 18 points off. Both good guesses. Both good guesses. I really thought the MA1 baseball was going to throw y'all off, but wow.
But those guys that jump in, like I thought he would be a little bit higher, but
he only has one tournament under his belt, so I mean, who knows what his rating actually is? But 908, Brodie Smith with the 0 point round there, phenomenal. All right, Silas, let's bring up the next one here. Here it is. Okay.
Oh, this guy plays.
This is Brodie guessing the division first here.
This
Can
guy
you
plays.
read what's the slogan of this
Disc
company?
Sport.
The slogan?
I can't read.
Let me pull it up here.
It's too pixelated for me.
Can't tell.
The life without sadness. That
Nope.
can't be the
Definitely
slogan.
doesn't say that. I don't even think there's that
that's
many
it.
words.
My computer is struggling to pull up the image right now.
There's 4 words there. No?
The disc golf supplier.
Okay. So there's 4
disc
words.
golf supplier.
Disc
Okay.
golfers supply.
The disc golfer's supply.
The disc golf. What the heck does it say? It's in script. Why do they script?
It's not super important.
No, Brodie wants it, Trevor.
Disc Sport. Wait, is that an E or a C?
The disc golfers supplier. That's what it says.
The disc golfer's supplier.
Is he wearing jeans? Or are those golf pants? Got a dope bag setup, though. Bag looks like a tank. This guy plays.
What do you think that little thing is next to his water bottle?
I can't tell.
I'll try to make this picture big again. Let's see.
Is that like one of those like old school like Kool-Aid drinks?
It's just another water bottle. Yeah, I think it's just a water bottle.
Could
You
be.
like pop the top off. like pop the top with and squeeze
But
it. You know
it's
what I mean?
so
Could be
small.
Powerade or something.
I think
But
he's
it's
got
so
that Gannon
small.
Burr like signature snapback on too.
Is he behind his mark right now, or is he about to
Imagine
walk
if it was
up to
Gannon
it?
Burr.
He's
That's gonna
walking
be
up
really
to it.
funny.
You can see
Okay.
it. You can see it like at his kneecap.
Okay.
Imagine
okay.
you just got a pro to send like it's literally Gannon and he's just facing the other
That would
direction.
be funny. That would be funny.
All right. I'm
Might
gonna
be too risky
say.
though.
I'm gonna say with the way he's dressed, he could just be European. To be honest with
I've got my guess.
I'm going out there. Give me MPO.
That's what
MPO?
I want. I want MPO.
MPO as well. Both incorrect. The correct answer was MA2 was the right answer here.
I mean,
let me-
it gets to a point where it's
I
like
thought he was
nobody's
European.
guessing that. Yeah,
I thought he
mean,
was European.
Yeah,
he is.
well,
He is. So he is from Sweden.
wow.
Isaac Rosenvenge from Sweden. He has 13 career events, 4 career wins. He has been a PDGA member playing for 2 years, 2022
Well,
and
move up.
2023. He has played one MPO event in September.
Oh,
but,
so did he accept cash?
He didn't. He didn't cash. I don't think he. I can look at how he performed in that just for the rating guess, but he played MA2 pretty much all year last year. And then he came in 7th out of 18 players and lost by 10 strokes in his one MPO attempt last season. But MA2 is his division.
This is a very tough one. This guy could be anywhere.
European. Okay, European ratings though.
Yeah, I know you got to bump him down a little bit.
I gotta take that into account. Give me.
Dang. MA2, like, come on.
Wow.
Give me 900.
900. Okay.
Gosh, I could have an
Trevor?
opportunity here. I could have an opportunity because that is a pretty low guess, even though you're probably on the right track. I'm going to say 919. No way.
Oh my gosh! Another 0. Wow. 919 is the correct answer. How? Back-to-back round. This is like the back-to-back aces.
We're not
This is like the
pranking you.
back-to-back aces. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Oh my word.
I had
Wow.
a good
Wow.
feeling about that guess.
So things are right back. Things are tight again. Things are right back tight again.
They have to
919
be.
was the right answer.
How's that possible?
Holy cow. Wow.
Back to back.
What in the world?
Something's going on. Something's in the air right now. We should have 2 more, I do believe. All right, let's bring up the next one here. Back to Trevor going first here. Can we keep the streak alive? Here we go.
Oh, man.
God.
Oh, man. This is tough. Not a lot to go on here except the outfit.
First off, where the heck are they playing? That's some serious
I
foliage.
can't see his shoes.
behind.
I got like a thing in the way. Well, you know,
Shoes are definitely hiking shoes. Those are definitely like the.
Oh, here we go. That's what I need to do. Oh, okay. Yeah.
He's out-
Okay. So the shoes don't necessarily aren't out of place.
Is he playing in a tournament?
I mean,
here?
the outfit is casual. Like this guy could be a good player. He also
could be
could
playing
be.
for like the 4th time.
Yeah, he could be very new. This is another just really tough one based on the outfit. Looks pretty locked in though. And let's look at the shoulders and try and see if he's wrecked them and made one of his arms longer than the other yet. And when I look and I analyze that, I see that probably not. We probably have pretty symmetrical arm lengths. He hasn't been throwing for long enough. Hunter, show him how many.
Oh, I think my arms are the same length.
Brodie, you've got to have.
I think
a
you
little
just
bit.
need to go to a chiropractor, Trevor.
Yeah,
That's what it sounds like.
I think you just need a stretch.
You're just
No,
out,
this
you're
is
out of
not.
alignment.
This is not my thing. That's a quote from Will Schustrick in the documentary when he's talking about how his right arm was longer than his left.
I think
throwing.
Schustrick might need to go. Is that where the shoulder injury came from?
Might be.
I feel like I've.
I'm
going
gonna
to
say that if this is the MPO curveball, I just have to take that L. And I'm gonna say this guy. What disc is he throwing? It looks like Discraft. Oh, that's just like that doesn't help me at all. I'm gonna say MA3, and I'm sure I'm gonna regret
This
that.
guy's 100% MPO. This guy's 100%
MPO for Brodie.
MPO.
Correct answer was MA1.
Thank goodness.
The right answer. He has played MPO, but that is not his the
Thank
division I would
goodness,
tie
bro.
him to.
Goodness, I'll tell you right
He
now.
fluctuates into MPO a little bit. He has never accepted cash, albeit he has come in second at a tournament before, so an MPO. So I would assume he is intentionally denying cash there. 57 career events, 7 career wins, and he is entering his 5th PDGA season, and he's already played a disc golf event this past weekend.
So he's a grinder. He's playing.
Out of South Carolina. That's where he's located.
This guy's trying to make the tour. He's playing. Your guess, Brodie. No.
Oh, is it?
My
No,
guess.
Trevor's guess.
977.
I was gonna go 978.
Do it.
You can. Do you want to?
No, that's yeah.
Okay. So let's see.
You see that little smirk on Hunter's face when you said that.
The correct answer is 940.
Oh!
So Trevor is 37 off. Brodie's 38 off on that one. That's why I was like, is that where you're still going, Brodie?
Brodie and I were just trying to play for volume there and trying to get the third in a row. We were trying to.
I thought I was seeing in my
What
head
in the
like this guy's
world?
got to be close. This guy's got to be close to 1,000, but not like.
I had
knocking on
him
the
completely read
door.
wrong there. Ratings are ridiculous.
Wow.
940 was the right one there. All right. Let me
Yeah, do some math.
do
And this
some
time let's
math,
actually
do some
know
math.
what we're
Let's
dealing
actually
with
do
here.
some math. 37 for Trevor on that last round plus 18.
I have a
plus
proposal,
51.
Brody.
Yeah.
Trevor is at 106. Everyone remember?
So that
Trevor
this
is at
time,
106.
so that we don't have any pressure of fudging the numbers and like knowing
You
how
wanna
many
write
up
it
by.
down?
I think we write it down on our phone.
Just text it to me. Both of you
We'll
text it to me
Hunter.
so it's locked in.
Yeah.
All right, Brodie's at 101, Trevor's at 106. 5 points separates you. So this is it. This is anyone's game. Basically a fresh slate here. For the divisional round,
Imagine we both guess it.
do you want to both text me the answer as well and then reveal?
Nah, division I'm fine
Okay,
with.
so Brodie guesses the division first. Let's get up the final picture here.
Oh,
wow.
geez.
Muscles.
This guy's a
Muscles.
personal trainer.
Yeah, I'm getting CrossFit trainer for sure. Or
Yeah.
potentially firefighter, police officer, somebody who, yeah.
Okay, he's
Is
wearing the
in good
running
shape, for sure.
shorts. He's wearing the dry fit.
I don't like the position he's in this X step at all. Got to be honest with you. I'm not super encouraged by it.
I'm gonna go with MA.
He looks like the
MA3.
type of guy
Yeah.
who's gonna muscle that disc out there. He's
Brodie's
gonna
at
muscle it.
MA3, Trevor.
I want MA3.
You can both take it. There's no rules against that.
I'm gonna go for it and say MA2.
MA2.
I think he muscles that disc just far enough.
You should have went for it a little bit more. MA1 was the
Wow.
correct division here.
that.
Ooh.
That was okay.
He played 15 tournaments last year, 14 of them in MA1, one
guy.
in MPO, no cash. He came in 96 at the Oklahoma Open and
Not
MPO
the
there.
Oklahoma Open.
Career events of 34 with 4 career wins, based out of Oklahoma, and he's played in the PDGA 3 years. All right, so
Maybe he's just a nasty putter.
text me what you think this
MA1?
guy's rating is. MA1 is his division. Oklahoma. We got the first text in from Trevor.
I'm locking in the draft pick quickly. Brodie and I text the exact same thing.
And we got the second one in from Brodie. Okay, let me get the math done for both of these and write them down here.
This is
Brodie Brodie was first. So Brodie, you can reveal your answer here first for Trevor.
I said 919.
ooh, we're separated by enough
You
to
are
decide
separated enough
Did you
here.
go high or low?
The winner has been decided. Trevor.
it. 931.
You went high.
Trevor went
Oh.
931.
I like that. I
One
like
of you
where I'm
two
sitting.
is one off.
Oh no.
That could be either of us, honestly.
The correct answer was 932. Trevor Staub with the win. Almost had 2 perfects in there. I think that
What
would
a
have
game.
counted for the double ace patch. Had you
Probably
got another
would've.
zero.
Yeah, I think I would have probably done it.
It would have had to have counted
That was
there.
a great
Yeah,
game.
932 was the right answer.
Locked in.
When that
Great
text
game.
came across, I was like, no shot. And then I was just hoping Brodie went one above somehow. That'd been electric. Imagine that's how Brodie locks it in with another perfect guess.
Would have
But
been crazy.
there you go. Wow. That was like the best one of this so far.
We're getting good at this. We're
I'm
gonna need
getting
to do
good
it.
at this game.
We're gonna need to do it live. one of these days. Just like go out to a course and have people.
For Worlds, we'll record it live. Just have people walk in one by one.
Yes.
Like, all right,
Oh my
spin
gosh,
around,
we sit at
putts.
a table.
Yes. That actually would be awesome.
That'd be incredible. Just
Get,
in the
it's
retail
like
store.
it's like
we
it's
can do it
like
in the
guess the
retail
MPO
store.
player. You got like
Well, we
5
can do it in the
people on a
retail store
lineup.
because we'll have
That would
we'll have
be
the
good.
tech disc set up, so people can come in. They can throw one shot with the tech disc. Give you have their stats. They'll throw one putt. You can look at their putting form, and then you have to guess their rating live. That'd be hysterical.
I want to do the guess the MPO player though too. Have one MPO player out of like a lineup of 5 people.
Yeah.
And then me and Trevor get to ask them questions.
Oh, that'd be fun too.
And then we get to like what's your go-to distance driver?
That would be a lot of fun.
That sounds like a what are those videos that
We
There's a
can't
bunch
say,
of-
like,
reacts to.
There's
yeah,
a ton
say,
of
like-
videos like
yeah,
that.
there's
Like
tons.
cut or whatever?
there's
Yes.
they did an NBA one where it's like guess the former NBA player, guess
Yes.
the it's
But that
it's
would just
quite
be funny
popular.
though, just to get them in do the format where there's like 20 disc golfers in a room, and you have to like if you eliminate the player that plays MPO, you win like $50 each. But then if you don't, he wins all the money.
They're
And,
all like
you
trying to
all-
decide.
Yeah, like you all talk to each other. Have y'all seen those videos? I think
Yeah.
Hunt
Oh,
does them and stuff like
that's a
that.
funny video.
They all stand there and they all talk to each other. And at the end of the round, they vote out the one guy they
Yes.
think was the MPO
Like
player.
who's the actual like who isn't the Harry Potter fan?
Yeah, exactly. Like those.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the person's like trying to put on to like
That's
act like they're
great.
the Harry Potter fan. It'd be funny to get like a bunch of people who are sponsored and like have everyone from like the Lone Star Ranger team to like people actually on like Team Prodigy or something, and you have to like guess the one player that's not sponsored. And so then you have people answering like, "Oh no, I got like 3 discs and like 20% off." They're like,
Yeah.
what? No, that guy can't be sponsored. And yeah, he was just on the street team.
Street team.
All right, this first question comes to us from Disc Golf Grandpa.
Okay.
He said,
Shout out.
Is there a future in disc golf where pro players will be paid appearance fees to play in non-disc golf pro tour events?
That's already happening.
I think it's already happening. Yeah, I'm
There you
pretty
go.
sure that
Disc
pretty
golf
sure the
grandpa.
guys that are playing in that tour down under in New Zealand. I'm sure they're getting paid.
I think that's what we had told the person because they asked
Yeah.
back at the beginning of the offseason. That's what we said.
Maybe the question is asking because maybe it's asking more in line because I don't think the people that are going down to New Zealand are actually getting paid, but they're getting paid indirectly through, hey, we're gonna hold clinics and you take this much money, we'll promote the clinic. I think that's how it used to happen the majority of the time. Of, hey, come to this tournament, you can host a clinic, we'll give you all the money, yada yada yada. But I think that is slowly feeding out to like, no, if you just show up, we'll give you this appearance.
Well, I think
fee.
a lot of like historically, a lot of ways pros were quote unquote paid to play in a tournament is like, I'm running a B tier or whatever, and I want Brodie to be there. And so I would reach out to him and be like, hey, you can come stay at my house. So, food's on us and I'll waive your entrance fee.
Yeah,
So basically
or
the pros which a lot of pros would turn it down, but you had a lot of like local grinders or like the pros who were like kind of
all
touring, kind of
profit.
local. Sorry?
it's all profit.
Yeah,
they
and
don't
it's
have
just
any
like, oh, I
expenses.
just show up. I got nothing. My food's covered. My room's covered. And I'm playing local pros, so I'm going to win or come
I'll say
second.
the big sell a
go.
lot of times is like, hey, I managed to get 3,000 added cash. You're going to be the only pro here. Why don't you come pick it up?
Just take
Like,
it.
That was how we
yeah.
got people for the Battle for Bedford for a while. It was like, hey, we
Yeah.
have $5,000 added cash or $10,000 added
Yeah,
cash.
10K,
And
yeah.
Paul's in the field and Brodie's going to be in the field. But like third place is still going to pay, freaking $3,000 or 2,500, whatever it ended
Right.
up being. You know what I mean? And it's like, oh, so I just show up and
I
basically
don't
win
think
a
I ever
C
got
tier.
second.
I don't think Brodie ever got. I was
There
giving
is
you
a
credit, man. I was
lot-
trying to give you credit.
There's
But-
a lot of
that's
it. There's
fine,
people,
but I'll put myself out there truthfully.
But it was
there's
just
a
like
lot of people that are willing to pay though. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
there are people that email Hunter and I that want us to play courses or go to events and like offer us things. Not always just like a check, but like there are a lot of
free
people in disc
pizza.
golf. Disc golf like enthusiasts are obsessed with the idea of getting pros or influencers out to their course because they just want to show it off, and like that's cool. And so like that is a lot of times what spurs them on to make offers to people like, hey, we'll pay you just to come out here. We just want you to play.
Yeah.
So
This next one was submitted anonymously.
Hunter and I turned down $60,000 to play a doubles tournament last year.
Nice.
Yep.
Yep.
The problem was it was 59 to Trevor and only 1 to me, so I said no, and he couldn't play without me.
Ridiculous.
Had they made it a little more even, I would have.
The airfare was just too much.
Yeah, airfare. Well, because we had to probably private, and it just didn't really make sense. Anonymously submitted this next one, said, I was playing an A tier a few years ago, and one of the courses that we play on has very old baskets installed. These baskets were installed by Steady Ed himself. I don't know if that's true or if that guy's just making a joke. But anyways, 3 times during my round on this course, my putter fell through the bottom of the cage. In the end, I lost the tournament by 2 strokes. After that round, I did some research and was told the baskets we were playing on haven't been PDGA legal for a long time. What is the rule calling for when this happens? It doesn't seem very fair for my PDGA stash to be affected because of faulty baskets.
It won't be. You can get it unsanctioned very easily if you file complaints. It's happened
Especially
in our local it's happened in our local tournaments before where people will misuse OB or Island or Mando rules, and if enough people complain and write complaints and have founded reasons for them, you can get the sanctioning removed. So that's what I would do. Because there are some things where it's like,
crazy
okay,
it's an A tier.
Yeah, there's some things where it's like, okay, that's nitpicky, but like, yeah, if your disc, first of all, if I was on that card, I would just say it counts. Second of all, you got to get that thing unsanctioned for sure, and they should lose their A tier status because like you can't do that. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I was gonna say you should just sue the TD.
Just sue them.
I don't know about that, but yeah, no. If you reach out, it's against PDGA rules, so it should be able to be unsanctioned. It is weird, like it happened on the Pro Tour to Corey Ellis, and like that obviously didn't get unsanctioned.
That was at Beaver State Fling.
Yeah, because they like tried to fix the
misrepaired
basket.
It. Yeah,
but it is different trying to fix a PDGA legal basket than like have baskets that are just straight up not PDGA legal.
You guys love those courses out there at Milo.
Yeah,
I think we would have loved if we played like the 2 courses.
Yeah, I think if we played the actual courses, we probably would have had fun.
But the Beaver State layout, I just was not. That was not fun. I was not a fan of. There's a lot of the same shot.
It was pretty meh.
If I could throw like 250 feet farther, it probably would have been more fun.
Beautiful park though. Yeah.
But
we got to the first par 3 and it was like 396, and they're like, yeah, this is actually the shortest hole in the course. Like,
the one that's just straight
onto the hill or the mountain.
I think it's hole 3 or something. Yeah,
something like that. But yeah, I would reach out to the PDGA about that. Phil
this
said,
is straight vulture, man.
Freshman year of college, we were playing an object course around campus with an ultimate disc. My disc landed on the roof of one of the buildings, and I have to leave it there, planning at night I can come back to climb on the roof and get it. Less than a week later, we're touring other dorms, and I see what looks to be my Supercolor Ultra Star hanging on the wall in someone else's room.
Heck yeah.
I took it down, and sure enough, it has my name and phone number on the back. I say, this is mine, and the guy living there doesn't respond, so I just took it with me. Does going through the effort of climbing on a roof or diving in a pond give you the right to keep any discs that you find?
No. I mean, like, I don't know. Going on a roof, I don't know.
Thing.
Going in diving in the pond, like, I feel like most people that do that have, like, they do it and they're pretty ethical guys and, like, they're going to call people. But I don't know. The pond thing is a weird one. Like, a lot of people would disagree with this and be like, you should always call the person. But, like, that disc was, for all intents and purposes, like, it's gone. Maritime law. That is a good point. It's maritime law.
What I'll say is, I'll say this. The majority of people that will find your disc like that in that scenario, because he's not on a disc golf course. He's playing urban disc golf.
That is a good point.
Did he say through campus?
Through campus,
yeah. I got to say, in this scenario, that thing's up for grabs.
Yeah, the majority of people that are going to come across that do not realize, oh, if I find this and it's got a number on it, I need to return it. That is a very disc golf thing.
It is.
That's not a universal.
Well, it's also, it was with the Ultra Star. So, like, whoever found this, they just found a Frisbee on a roof.
Right.
Yes.
Like,
good point. It's not even a disc.
In high school, pre-disc golf days, if I found a Frisbee anywhere, like, that's just mine. Like name number on the bottom. Like why would I call someone as a frisbee? To me, it's like a $2 piece of plastic.
If you found a soccer ball like lodged underneath a car near a soccer field and it had a number on it, my first indication isn't like I need to call this number and I need to get this ball back to the rightful owner.
Yeah.
The disc golf community definitely, like, I'm always cagey. Like, I don't make big stances on like the losing discs and returning them stuff because I'm really out of touch because I work for a disc golf company and I've played disc golf for 10 years. I have so many discs. So when I lose a disc, it's not the end of the world as far as the financial, like the monetary value of that disc. Because like when I was younger and first getting into disc golf, I would save every penny to try and get my next disc. And so like it meant a lot more to me then. It's like the same thing as when I worked at a public golf course for years. Golf balls meant nothing to me. I could just launch them everywhere because I would find so many golf balls at work and people would leave them in their carts that I had unlimited golf balls. Whereas now I might look a little longer because I want to play nice golf balls. Like they're kind of expensive. So it's the same thing with discs, whereas like if I lose one, I'm not thinking like, oh man, like there goes another disc down the drain. Like I'm gonna have to buy a replacement. I have a lot of discs, so many discs that I could play for so many more years and never have to replace them. So I'm definitely out of touch when it comes to the disc replacing game.
Okay, we'll get back in touch because here's another one.
There's another disc loss story.
Oh yeah, we got a few more. People love the disc submitting disc loss stories.
Everybody has opinions on them.
Stephen F said lost disc story. I went in the summer to my home course 2 miles away from my house. I played a 1-disc round with a star T-bird I was trying to break in. I lost it up in a tree on hole 14. I looked for it and climbed multiple trees, but no dice. So I left defeated, but at least my PDGA number was sharpied on the disc. Came back a few months later with my full bag, and some frat bros were teeing off on hole 18.
Oh, frat bros. Here we go, frat.
One rips a drive straight OB at me and my dog, and we dodge it, but it looked familiar. It's my disc with my PDGA number blacked out. So I picked it up and said, hey, thanks. I put it in my bag. They mumbled something about being new and not knowing something, but I went on with my day with the disc returned against their will. Is that an okay move by me?
Yeah, that's a completely okay move. I probably would have.
You should have explained
it a little bit. Yeah. I get the idea of you just wanting to stick it to them, but again, PDGA number.
Yeah, it's not a phone number.
The majority of people that are finding that on a disc golf course, especially if you like, it's different, right? If you are out playing New London, very rarely will you ever see a complete beginner that has no idea what they're doing out at New London. But if you're at Peaksview, or if you're at Sunset, or if you're at Alex Clark, these courses that are very frequented by new players, if they see a disc and there's like 4 numbers, like a serial number underneath they have no idea what that is.
Well, here's the problem.
I blocked my number out my first year.
That's true.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not.
There's definitely plausible deniability. Like, you could definitely say, I didn't know what that was.
I have no idea.
And that's legit. Blacking it out is weird, though.
I have found many a disc with just a PDGA number on it, right?
Yeah.
There's no way to contact a person.
There isn't.
Like, if you're listening to this, why are you writing your PDGA number on the disc?
You're literally hoping that somebody finds your name and then finds you on Facebook.
Like Facebook or
because
something?
like I just typed in a random PDGA number just to confirm, like, make sure I'm not speaking out my butt. Pulled up Kyle Crabtree, which is funny because actually he was like a local pro. He's made like $100,000 in Washington. But anyways,
let's go.
Yeah, there's no way for me to contact him. Like, if I found a disc and it had his PDGA number on the bottom,
you'd have to search him on Facebook.
I can't do anything. I'd have to like go Facebook and then just hope I find someone with a disc golf something in their profile picture because they're all there's a bunch of Kyle Crabtrees out there.
Listen, if you don't want to give out your phone number, you just need to just create an email that's just for lost discs and put that on all your discs. There you go. Problem solved.
What if we created that ourselves?
I'm just gonna put my Venmo on all my discs. And just
what if we created like a QR code that you put on the bottom of your disc, and the QR code sends you to an app where you then can talk to the person without ever giving away your information or their information.
We just give them a stencil, and they can stencil with Sharpie the QR code onto their disc.
Yes.
It's brilliant.
The other thing, I mean, just stealing a disc back from a bunch of frat bros teeing off on hole 18. You're kind of lucky you didn't get just in a
Yeah, I'm
fight.
surprised they did not confront
Oh yeah, those
you.
frat bros. Trust me, I know everything about frat bros. Frat bros, they are always down to fight. Always, they're
Local
always,
frat bro expert.
They are always looking.
What
to
was like
start
the
a
most
fight.
feared frat at UF back in the day?
The one Brodie was in, man.
Beta Sigma Pi.
feared frat?
Yeah, who was like who was like the frat on the scene?
I don't know, but I do have a funny frat story because we always we rushed every year, even though the people I was rushing with were actually in frats. I would still just rush with them to get free food. And one of the frats we went to, it was definitely not the cool frat. It was definitely more on the nerdy side. And these guys were like, "Yeah, you see these you see this bar over here?" He's like, "Ladies dancing on top every night." And I'm like, "Definitely not. Definitely that is not what's happening here. I can guarantee that's not happening here." But no, I don't know, feared frat. I don't know if that's like really a thing.
Like just the most popular one. Like what was the most prestigious one at Florida to get into? Like the one
I think SAE was a huge one. Sig Ep was a big one.
Sig Ep.
It's different. It's different every college, but like DG had all the really good looking blondes. That's yeah. Delta Gamma. There's Pike. Pike might have been the steroid users.
Oh, heck yeah.
Oh, I would have been in that one.
Steven, you're hoping that you didn't run into some Pike guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Pike
Pike
guys.
is
Roid Rage.
destroying you.
Roid
But it's
Rage
weird.
after they ripped it at OB on 18.
It's really weird because like Phi Mu, the Greek life is a wild one because Phi Mu at University of Florida was like the girls that that's all I'll say. You're
Don't
not
say anything else.
I'm not gonna say anything else. But then you go to like another college and like Phi Mu's like where all that's where every girl wants to get into. So
yeah, they're just names.
It's crazy. Yeah, it doesn't. It almost like works. I think in regions, like everyone knows, like in this region, this is this. But then if you go outside that region, it can be a completely different one.
Fascinating.
Very
but yeah,
fascinating.
I would have picked this disc up and explained to them, "This is my disc. Sorry, it had my PDGA number." Just putting it in your bag. I mean, that's a
That was
bold
risky.
strategy.
And saying thanks. Just
Yeah.
like even provoking them.
Hey,
Yeah.
thanks, man.
Dude,
Yeah.
Pike would have
Thanks,
absolutely
appreciate
body
it.
slammed you.
Pike would have literally just chucked you like a pike or into a pike.
The final topic, I don't even know if this is a topic. I think it's a story.
It's not a topic.
Was from Kevin. He said, during the summer, I played around on hole 1, and I lost one of my favorite discs in knee-high tall grass. Not willing to search for the disc to avoid ticks.
Yeah.
I was hopeful someone would find it and call me to return my disc. The next day, I get a text from a person who found my disc, and they said they would put it in the lost disc bin, and I would get it back during our tags later that week. I said thank you and thought that was the end of it. About an hour later, I get a call from a private number, and I let it go to voicemail. The message was a guy saying the following: "Hey man, it's the guy who found your disc. I just aced with it, so I'm gonna keep it. Thanks for the disc."
Heck yeah.
I was still shook. I didn't know what to do.
I just don't.
So I just didn't do anything, and I just let him have the disc. I don't know who this person is, and I asked around, and people don't recognize the number, so the mystery person won.
I just don't understand like taking a disc and then calling to rub it in. Like that's just crazy.
He texted us like, "I'm putting in the lost disc bin," and then Ace with it was like, "Yo, dude, just Ace with that Sexton Firebird, so I'm keeping it, man. Hope you have a good one,
And
Kevin."
like that's so funny to me. Like what?
This goes wild, man.
And the thing is they're not lying because they had to get your number somehow. So they definitely have your, because that would be a funny thing to do, to just text people and be like, "Hey, I found your disc on this course. Just want to let you know I'm keeping it." Like that would be a funny prank, I guess, to do with
Honestly,
but like you have to have their number.
We're getting so many funny stories about these disc things. I think I'm going to create like a virtual cell number, like a Google one or something, and start putting it on all my discs because I want to be a part of this. Like I want people to be calling me, telling me they just aced my disc. Like it's just hilarious. It's a character
I have another
study.
video idea.
Should we just plant discs?
Yes. Another video idea is you plant disc out and you try to come up with the most uncomfortable, outrageous interaction with the person. And if they're willing to still show up to give you back the disc, they win a prize.
Didn't we
just like
say
act
this?
super sketchy or super
Be like,
awkward.
be like, yeah, and just be like, you know, stuff like, be like,
I can't really meet that close to like public schools, but if we could go like a little further away and
Didn't
see
we
if they
say-
still
we
show
said
up.
But you
We
could
had this
also ask
idea-
him like, are you single? How old are you? And then be like, hey, are you going to be doing anything later after we meet up for this disc? Would you want to go get like dinner? Like just do stuff really, really awkward.
I kind of be scared of the people that would show up at that point.
We had this idea earlier with the off season, and the reason we decided it was a bad idea is because the whole video would be promoting like sketchy and weird behavior.
That
It'd
is
be like
true.
saying
Yep.
like,
okay, yep. Take back my idea then.
it would be
Sorry.
like
Bad idea.
rewarding, like, oh,
Yeah.
you think you might be getting kidnapped? You should definitely still show up in case it's us giving you a bag of discs. Like that's what the video message is.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh,
Yep.
you think you're about to meet up with a predator who can't be within 100 feet of the school? It could just be us.
Yeah, here's a
My-
Get Freaky Zone.
My brain is on like a 3-month cycle, so these ideas just come in every 3 months.
Yeah.
and then I'm reminded that no, that idea was bad.
We shot it down.
Yeah, there's a reason.
Yeah.
There's a reason it didn't happen.
There's a reason why we haven't done it yet. Okay.
All right,
That
we're gonna
makes a lot of sense.
wrap up the show with a quick story here from Sam.
Sam?
Sam said, "We all know playing in a public park can have its challenges, but my friend and I went out for a round last summer, and the craziest thing occurred. We were halfway through a round on the most played and well-known park in our area, and there are a few large trees in the fairway, but everything's mostly hilly and green grass. My friend Isaac threw a drive directly into a large tree with a trunk that separates about 5 feet off the ground into two trunks like a V. He was disappointed for hitting the only tree in the fairway and casually walks up to grab his disc. However, because it was rested in the middle of the V shape in the tree, it was covered in leaves and invisible to us. As he reached up to blindly feel for his lost frisbee, a squirrel launched out of the tree towards him, running up his arm like a ninja. It was too quick for me to comprehend what was going on. It jumped off his shoulder and ran off. After all of us came back to reality, we noticed Isaac had sustained a few small flesh wounds and was bleeding from the ransack of this ravenous rodent. Nonetheless, Isaac was strong and played on. The crazy part comes about 3 months later.
Rabies.
I'm playing in the same course, just three holes after the scene of the crime, and I'm playing with a different friend. This hole sloped pretty severely right to left. My friend threw a fairway on a backhand with a little too much hyzer, and it just launched itself, skipping off the slope into some thicker woods to the left of the hole. As we walk up to the disc, we take a step back, realizing there was an unconscious squirrel laying a foot away from his disc. It was definitely still breathing, but it just wasn't moving. Because it was still alive, we had no other explanation as to why it would be right there next to the disc, other than if his disc came crashing into this poor fellow upon collision. Maybe I'm a horrible human being for thinking this, but my first thought after seeing the squirrel was, Isaac has been avenged. All in all, sad day for the squirrel, but crazy series of event. Have you guys ever had any insane interactions with wild animals on the disc golf course?
Yeah, I've had a few in the last couple months. Number one being, first there was a dead squirrel next to my disc, and then there was a dead deer carcass on the tee pad.
Got that one on video.
Like someone put it on the tee pad?
No.
No, it just died in the middle of the woods, and it was being
Perfectly
eaten.
on the tee pad?
On
It
the
was on the tee
tee
pad, right on the back of it. I had to throw in front of the dead deer.
Yeah,
It's pretty funny.
it was rough.
It was rotting.
Hole in between hole number 1 and hole number 2 at Northwood Black, I almost stepped on it. It was a squirrel that was pretty much getting eaten alive by insects. So it had, I don't know if it had fallen out of a tree or something. It had sustained some sort of injury which prohibited it from moving.
Oh, gosh.
And these bugs were just going to town on it, and I was like, oh my gosh. And so I summoned Ezra to take its life out of misery.
You mercy killed a squirrel.
Ezra did. He did not want to do it. I told him I cannot do it. I am not strong enough. I need you to do this.
That's honestly, that
And
is brave.
through tears, Ezra took like a 2x4 stick that he found
Oh my god!
and ended its suffering.
I mean, I respect
Yeah,
that. That
it
was the
was
right
tough.
thing to do, but it
That
is.
was
Oh, it was
the right
100% the right thing.
It
to do.
is
It was
really
getting eaten
funny.
alive. It was getting
Listen,
eaten
here,
alive.
That's just crazy.
I love animals as much as the next guy, and I value the
can't-
life of animals. But
I
there is
can't do
nothing
it.
funnier to me than playing disc golf or golf and watching your buddy accidentally pelt a goose or
That's
a
not funny at all.
squirrel or something.
That makes me squint.
No,
squeam.
it's so it cracks
Well,
me
it's
up every
funny if
time.
they're okay. If they're fine.
It's
They never are. They have internal bleeding, and they're gonna.
I
they're gonna
just,
piss
like-
blood
I feel
for
like
the
with a
next
disc,
Because-
they're
day.
most of the time
because
okay.
it's
I've
like
never
this-
seen one get hit with a golf ball. That would not be.
it
that'd be
just
tough.
bounces off of them. It's just this funny thing.
You know they're
of
not
like,
okay.
Of like, that you didn't want to hit the animal, and like, oh, that's a bummer, and also like, the friend is kind of like embarrassed and like, oh no, but there's nothing he really could have done about it. And there was this one kid we used to play with named Nick. We used to golf with, and he was notorious for like, if there was an animal nearby, his shot was going to end up like near this animal.
Jeez.
And because he wasn't a great golfer. And one time he just bladed a drive just straight into the midsection of a goose, and just the noise that it made.
That's terrible.
Didn't kill the goose. Didn't kill it. It bounced off, and the
it
goose,
will
for
be
all
dead.
intents and
Yeah,
purposes,
How did you know
It
of?
will be dead.
The
Yeah,
goose
it
walked
will-
into the
never
woods and
know.
died.
we'll never
Yes.
know.
The goose is going
Like,
to be
hey,
dead.
man, it happened. Nothing we can do
Golly.
about it.
The only thing I've ever had happen on the course was just a pit bull picked up my McPro AVR and used it as a chew
Tore it
toy
up.
while its owner fought with it, trying to get it out of its mouth, and then tossed it
handed
back,
it back
to
to
me,
you like
and
it
it
was
was just
fine.
gone.
There
It was
you
gone.
go,
He's like, here
man.
you go, got it back for you, and that disc was just, bite marks all the way through it. The rim was just destroyed.
I can't
it was
say
my
I've
putting putter
ever-
for the season.
In
So,
college one year, like my freshman year, there was a snake on top of my disc.
I'm terrified of spiders. Most people know that. And I feel like I've told this story before, but at Camp Hideaway had a Metal Flake Huck Lab stamped MD3
You just
that I
left it.
paid. This was in 2016. I paid $35 for retail in 2016. I know that's normal now. That was not normal back then.
No, it's crazy.
Yeah, I paid a lot of money for this disc from Discmania's website and loved it. Threw it on hole 13, and the biggest spider I've ever seen was on top of it when I walked up. And I stared at it for like a solid minute or so, and the spider just kind of like moved and like looked towards me. And for me, it was life or death. And I was like, I don't care that much about that disc.
Business
And
decision.
I not only did I leave it, I left the course because then I realized what was out there in those woods, and I didn't want to see any more of it. And so I just turned and just walked
Wow.
off the course, left the disc. It had my number and name on it, but I never got a call about it. Probably rightfully so. I abandoned
Yeah,
it.
Metal Flake MD3. I'm keeping that thing.
Have you
Yeah.
guys ever encountered a nay geese?
Mm-mm.
Geese? Nay geese?
I feel like you're about to tell a knock joke or something.
No. So when we were in Hawaii 2 years ago, we were playing that really cool disc golf course / golf course up there. And I think it's, I don't want to butcher the name, but these geese are like super protective of when they're like nesting and whatnot.
Uh-huh.
And you've seen geese attack people.
Yeah.
But the difference with these is they'll start 40 feet away from you, and then they'll look at you, and when they lock on you,
Yeah.
they drop their head completely horizontal and then just start charging you from like 40 feet away. It is
Yeah.
the scariest
Dude,
thing
geese
ever.
are frightening. I have a
It
clip.
is so scary.
I have a clip on my phone. I should have, if I would have known we were talking about geese, I would have given it to Silas. But there was a goose in a parking lot, and I just decided to sprint at it. And I had my buddy film it, and I ran at it and get about 10 paces away. No idea why. We were in college. 10 paces away, its wings flare up. I start stutter stepping, like getting ready to turn around, and it starts flying at me, and it chased me a good like 60 feet.
Yeah,
like
they don't
I was
give a
dead sprint, and it
flip.
was chasing me like from the back. Yeah. Terrifying. Thought I was going to
Did
die.
you see that? What's his face beat a falcon or something?
Yeah,
What?
RG3.
RG3 beat
Oh,
a
I did see
falcon
that.
in that race.
I did see
This
that.
is, his coach said something about like go back to racing pigeons. That Jay
Yeah.
Gruden on Twitter. Very funny. Something. All right, well, there you have it. That's this week's episode of the Offseason. Hopefully you enjoyed. Be sure to submit topics if you want to hear your topic brought up here or story or whatever. You can find the link in the description down below. Like I said, only a few more weeks left. So if you have anything you want to submit, be sure to do so. And don't forget to email over your Guess That rating submission as well. And we'll see you back here, same time, same place next week.